hello. Welcome again to the Roland's Reviews YouTube channel. Big Al Uncle Coon is back again, um, by popular demand, of course. So, hope everyone's having a wonderful Sunday. Those of you who are in the path of the storm, please be safe and hope that we all can pass through it uh, fairly safely. Um, Also, I live here in North Carolina, so we're kind of we seeing some of the remnants as well. And they still don't know everything that's going to take place. But hey, we're here, so we're going to share some information. Roll call, roll call. Florida's here. Cat Mama. Aaron is back, a new subscriber from yesterday. We thank you for returning. We're glad that you are enjoying this content. Mr. Fizz, meow. I've already sent some cat emojis for you in the comment section. Cha cha. How are you, Laurie? Big Al, talk to me. How you feeling today?
I'm great. How are you?
I am wonderful. I cannot complain, and there's just so much happening. How you doing, Mrs. Smoot? I think we have a new person in here. Everyone say hello to Mrs. Smoot. Again, when we go live, we have all kinds of people coming in here, and we're welcoming. We're glad that you are here. That's just more people to join and add to the conversation. Yep. Let's look at this title. Folks, we know everyone thinks that all Black Americans are sheeple, and that we're all running out to vote for Kamala Harris. Think again. No. There are lots and lots of people who are independent thinkers, and they're not into the cult, which is the Democratic Party, where it's all groupthink. How you doing, Rhonda? Everyone who's here, please go ahead and hit that like button. Please share this live out on your various forms of social media. So, Mr. Big Al and Uncle Coon, we've been talking. We've been talking about having our own Zoom meeting. These are taking place across America, so this is not an anomaly. And so everyone needs to know. Now, we tell you, Fox, how are you doing? We don't tell you who to vote for, but we do give you facts that you can research for yourself, so you know we don't come on here to make anything up. Let's look at this title. Over 72,000 Black Americans participated in a Zoom call against Kamala Harris. And I told Big Al earlier, I want to play that for you. I mean, it's very moving. It's very poignant. And I've actually reached out to the young man who is responsible for setting that up. I followed him on, I still call it Twitter X, but I sent him an email. And so Brother Al and I, we're always reaching out, trying to bring people on the show so that you don't have to listen to us all the time. You can hear it from someone else's perspective. Okay. Ruby. All right. Ruby's back from the Trump rally. Tell us what you witnessed, Ruby. Ruby, you're supposed to be coming on the show. Okay. How you doing, Asada? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. And so, folks, this is all very encouraging. And Big Al, what did you think about the Trump yesterday in Atlanta?
Man, I think everything is going like it's supposed to do. The Trump rally and Kamala's faking a lot of stuff, which I don't believe anything that I see over there with them. These people just lying. They faking everything. But I think the, like I said, the men and the young men, I'm super proud of them, because the young Black men in America, they're not going for it. They ain't having it. You can't fool them. But see, a lot of the old people, they being tricked But young people going to the grocery store and they can't get gas, they can't move out of their mama's house and all this stuff. And it's just not like the American dream is not there for them. And so you can't gaslight these people and pee on them and tell them it's raining. They just ain't feeling it. And they pushing back.
They're not. Greetings. People are speaking. John Joyner speaking to Big Al. Margaret speaking.
Yes, sir. What's up? What's up? Mm-hmm.
And what Big Al just stated is nothing but pure facts.
Mm-hmm.
So the older people, now I'm not saying every single one, but that older crowd, what are they watching? CNN, the Clinton News Network, ABC, CBS, it's all, they're all one and the same. They're watching MSDNC, because they're so far left, you can't go any further left. And so the older people, they're not on social media like that. That's all that they watch. So have a little grace with the older people, folks, really. They're not on social media. You have a few that are, but I'm saying, I'm speaking as a whole, okay? And so we have to take that into consideration. And so the younger people, as Big Al stated, you know, they're all over social media. They can't buy food, gas, just like the rest of a lot of Americans. And so, you know, to them, they're like, wait a minute. Why are you telling me to go out and vote for 4 more years of this? Because don't get it twisted, people. The same policies that Jim Crow Joe Biden had, that you're going to see the same thing. And let's go ahead and tell the truth about the entire situation, people. Okay. Biden, I've said this several times, he doesn't know who he is or where he is. This was Obama's 3rd term. If the Democrats get back in office, it's going to be Obama's 4th term, equaling, remember, FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Don't get it twisted, people. Biden was simply a figurehead, and we know how bad it was with Obama. Do you want 4 more years of this? How you doing, Good Bundy? Bonjour, Good Bundy. Good Bundy, everyone who's here, go ahead and hit that like button for me. And so, again, kitchen table issues will really wake people up for them to say, wait a minute. You know, no, I'm not. Why am I going out here to vote for 4 more years of this? Now, think about it, because Big Al and I were talking about, Erin, you're right. No, she's not black. She's a chameleon. We talked about that. When it's convenient, she'll say, because she's never said she's black. It's always she's a person of color or she's Indian. Now, okay, she needs votes, black. Margaret said, well, Obama said, right. And so, Big Cheese, Trump needs to tone down narcissistic maniac name calling and focus more on the economy that's in recession, open borders, inflation. And Big Cheese, he has been talking about those. Those are some very serious topics, especially the economy. And since we're talking about that, Kamala, so Trump was actually there talking with everyday Americans in Atlanta. Now, remember, if you haven't seen our video, I think, Al, didn't we do a video? I did. I think I did a really short video. It wasn't a live.
Yeah,
so when Kamala was in Atlanta, it was Megan Thee Stallion rapping and twerking. The first politician in U.S. history with no policies, just cackling. No,
yeah, can I respond to that,
yes,
Ms. Lynn?
Yes,
Big
sir.
Cheese, Big Cheese. Have you noticed Trump doesn't talk about this stuff? They try to pull him and bait him into those conversations so they can get sound bites from him. If you really look at him and you look at the full interviews, Trump don't even like to talk about white folks.
No,
he don't even like to say that, white or black. He always says American. You see MAGA. It says make America great again. You don't see black and white. They keep pulling him into these conversations. I'm the same way. I don't like to talk about black and white. Ain't nobody better than me. What is all this mess? But when you go outside of the house and you move around America, you don't see all that crap. Look at the athletes and how they get along. black and white and all and other and all that. You don't see all that you don't see this racism and stuff. It's all coming off the media. They're trying to divide us. But for the most part, you don't see that in America.
You're right,
he don't want to talk about no black folks and white folks and all that. He's talking about Americans.
Better Americans for all Americans.
He ain't got time for that. Mr. Fierce said something up there. He hit it right on the nail. Mr. Fierce. Mr. Fierce hit it. You see what he said?
Right.
Look there he is.
He has been horrible for a long time. Mr. Fierce is absolutely right.
He said something before that, Miss Lynn. Miss Lynn, he said something before that.
Yeah, I'm scrolling. We didn't know the extent of their evil.
Yeah.
And so I agree. How you doing, Detroit? HP. And so think about that. It's and even when during Trump's first term, he was talking about how horrible they were. Now I will admit, I was thinking, come on now, they're not that bad. I was thinking, not that bad. They're worse. Oh my God. And now that I've seen, when you watch everything unfold, all you can do is say, oh my God. And people don't get it twisted. We've been saying it here on this channel. This 72,000, there are more Zoom calls taking place.
Yep.
This is so, and Big Al, type in the comment section if you guys are interested in Big Al and I hosting a Zoom call where you can come in, voice your opinions, tell the truth about both parties, which we know everything about Trump that they say is a lie. Everything they try to do is entrap him. They try to, ask gotcha questions so that they have bulletin board material. With Kamala, she's the Disney princess. Get out of here. People are, thank God the internet's good, it's bad, and it's good. So you have to take the good with the bad. And so we know they are now trying to remove all of the horrible things that she's done. But we still have sources that we can go to. How you doing, Louise? Cha-Cha says, yes, we want. So how many people want Big Al and I to do a Zoom call? This Zoom call was Black Americans against Kamala Harris. And like I said, I told Big Al earlier, I watched it and it was so moving and poignant because you hear everyday Americans talking about. And like Big Al said, it doesn't matter what color you are. If you heard these people talking and you couldn't see their skin tone, you would think that you were talking to MAGA crowds. And I was like, wow, these people, they really get it. And they just talking about everything that we've been talking about on this channel. And Aaron says, we love you, Big Al. And it sent you some hearts. Yeah. Aaron says, do a Zoom call. So Big Al and I are talking about how we can do a Zoom call. How can we bring in, and we're probably not going to get thousands of people. How can you guys, how can the subscribers help us to get the word out so that we can have a Zoom call? And then we can live stream it here on the channel. But how you doing, Julie? We need to, conservative voice, how are you doing? They're already trying to set Trump up with the debate. Harris said, she will only debate Trump on the network she wants. She doesn't want to debate Trump because he's going to make her look really stupid.
She ain't trying to debate Trump.
No, she's not trying to. Oh, Louise said pregnant and had a baby.
All the networks are biased. All of them, even Fox. Fox ain't biased. Yeah, so what is she talking about, man? So,
and we found out, what do they do? For the Democratic candidates, they are given the questions beforehand. So they look better prepared. No, I don't blame them. What if you guys look at what Louise is referencing? Yeah, I watched the video on that earlier today. Kamala's husband. See, they don't talk about this. If it was Trump, oh my God, it would have been all over the internet. Kamala's husband, his first wife, he cheated on her with the nanny, and the nanny got pregnant. Do you hear that all over the news? No, you don't. And so, the left, for the Disney princess, everything is peaches and cream. for Trump. Oh, he's this horrible, horrible human being. No, 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 no. Those of you who are here at the Rollins Reviews YouTube channel for the first time, we speak truth. Big Al and I do not subscribe to the ideology of if your skin is dark, then you do no wrong. We don't do that over here. It's either right or it's wrong. That's that other channel. That's not this channel. Aaron, I went from a Democrat to a Republican by watching and learning on this channel. Really, Aaron?
Wow.
See, one person is affected. And Aaron, dear, this is your second day on the channel. Yep. Go back and look at our videos. Big Al, drop your channel link. Go look at Big Al's videos. You can Google for yourself. We don't come on here and make anything up. God bless you too, Aaron. We have almost 90 people in here. Please go ahead and hit that like button, that thumb. If you have Truth Social, if you have Facebook, if you have Instagram, Twitter, share this stream out. Bring more people into the conversation. Big Al and myself cannot reach all of the people that we need to reach. Guys, girls, this election, November, is coming quickly. We don't have time. Aaron, thank you, Aaron, for subbing up to Big Al. Big Al, go ahead and drop your link, dear. So, folks, we don't have time. We have got to get this word out. I also had something to share with you guys that I watched earlier. Then I'm going to share the Zoom. And I also shared the link in the description box where you can watch it in its entirety. But all of Black America is not asleep. I call this year, and it started last year, 2023, the Great Awakening. God is waking people up. He is tired of this evil that they've been committing. They've destroyed the Black family. They're destroying America. Oh, no, they've got to go. They're evil. They're just evil. And like I said, let me share. It's just a little short that I watched, and then we're going to move on. And you tell me what you think. I will try to keep up with your comments in the comment section. All right. Everyone listen to this. I'm going to turn this up and let you see this. And then I'll try to share this in the description box. This lady, Real Fontenay.
Harris, and you don't know who this guy is? Here's another picture of her with him. Then you need to go look in the mirror and put on some clown makeup. If you're getting ready to vote for Kamala Harris and you don't know who this guy is, here's another picture of her with him, then you need to go look in the mirror and put on some clown makeup.
Someone tell me in the comment section, who is that young man? Who is that young man? I gotta wait. I want to see this. Who is that young man? I need for someone to tell me that now. Someone tell me who that is. Because if you don't know who he is, you need to know who he is. I'll give you a hint. I have called his father the puppet master. He is the person, in simulation. That's you're close, very close. I've called this guy, Ruby. I've called this guy the greatest hater of America. He's trying to destroy this country. Okay. He's the primary puppet master pushing this Marxist, socialist, communist ideology. The son in simulation gets it. In simulation, send me an email. I have a channel t-shirt for you. That is George Soros Jr. And I had someone to reach out and tell me that I didn't know what I was talking about. George Soros was dead. I said, thank you for stopping by the channel. He's very much alive. He's 93 years old. Next question. All right. Yeah, that's George Soros Jr. So you see where her allegiances lie, and it's not with America. So I shared that with you guys. How you doing, Jackie? I told Big Al, we weren't going to do a lot of talking because I really want you to listen to this Zoom call. I mean, it really moved me. It really touched me. Jackie, yes, Aaron, that you see who she's hanging out with. That should give you a clue. You know she is not for this country. She's not. All right. So let me get this going for you. And then you tell me what you think. I'm going to play this. I'm going to put the picture up on the screen, and I'm going to play the actual video on my MacBook, because you know, when you're streaming and then you try to play a video, sometimes it starts buffering. And so I'll put the picture up for you, and because we have some storming that's trying to get started here. And so tell me what you think. Why is she hanging out with George Soros Jr. as I get this ready for you? Someone tell me. Aaron, she's a traitor. They're all traitors to this country. They're not going to do anything for America or Americans.
Ms. Lynn,
destroy the country. Go ahead, Big Al.
I believe she's hanging out with them because, first of all, I believe that Kamala Harris is a better candidate than Joe Biden because she can be controlled a lot easier than Biden. Joe started to push back a little bit. I guess it probably was Jill, but Kamala is not. She lazy as hell. She's not going to do anything. And Joe Brown did a lovely analysis of why she keeps getting promoted. Because when you are like that and you can be controlled, they just push you to a higher ground because they can get more out of you that way. And so that's why they have pushed her lazy butt all the way up until vice president. But America is not going for this mess. It's finna go. And we know they stole that election. That's the only reason she was vice president. Ain't nobody vote for Biden and Harris. Ain't nobody that crazy.
And he didn't want, but they don't even get along.
No, they don't even like
when
each
they
other.
won, she called him, Joe, we did it, Joe. Oh my God. Oh, I started to barf, but gag me with a spoon. That's one of my 80s terms. All right, so here we go. I want you guys to see. And remember, those of you just coming into the chat, please go ahead and hit that little that like button. You can watch this video in its entirety. It is up under my video. And so, yeah, let me share this. How you doing? We call BS News Podcast. When is the next call against Scammy Cammy? I reached out to the content creator, and I'm trying to get that date for you, okay? I'm working on that. All right. There we go. And I'm going to start. So there you see how everything looks. I'm going to play it on my MacBook because, like I said, I don't want it to start buffering. So let me know that you can hear everything clearly. Just listen up, guys.
What we do have in our favor is that people do not trust any of this stuff anymore. At this point in the game, people know that they're being propagandized. So I think that a lot of people on the Zoom have the opportunity to reach out to people directly that are either done with the propaganda and also, by the way, are never going to follow any of, these Trump people, right? Are never really going to listen to anything that they're saying. So I would have, I think, have some faith in our messaging and in the people that you can reach and the types of different messages.
So with this Zoom call, so there are various people that are going to be speaking. I will try to keep up with your comments in the comment section. Thank you so much, Aaron. Aaron said this is the best real news on the internet. We love you, Aaron. I got to send you some heart emojis. So they're just getting started, and there are going to be various people telling why they will not vote for Kamala. And if you've been on this channel for a while, it's the same thing we've been saying. So listen up, folks.
Messaging that we can give to them. I did this video where I basically, it was like stream of consciousness, 90 seconds why I do believe black men will never vote for Kamala Harris. And the thing went nuts on X. It went nuts on TikTok. Like it went everywhere. And I think that if we realize the platform that we have and just keep pounding out our message, we won't get too lost in what the mainstream is doing. Because I got to tell you, after sort of being around all of this for 5 years, being so frustrated that Republicans and conservatives never to this day still don't have anything that comes close to this mainstream media propaganda machine. We're about 30, 35 years behind that. So all we really have is the fact that the people know that this is propaganda. They're getting tired of it, and they're looking and seeking out new voices.
think it's feel, found, and felt. You know, we know how we felt when he was in office. We know how we feel now, and we know what we found out. We started, you know, a lot of people started to get very smart. I mean, I voted for him twice, so I never voted for.
They're referencing Obama. Now they're going to start talking about Kamala. And this is why, because lots of times some of you are asking questions about why Black Americans vote the way that they do. So, you know, you hear people saying that because of their grandmother. And so these are some very moving stories. Let's listen up, folks.
Yeah. Any Democrats, not even Obama. You know, I think that people are, and I think that a lot of Black men, I mean, in certain urban areas, you see what's happening in Brooklyn right now. You see what's happening in the Bronx. You see the rally that he put on. I think that Black men in particular are taking a look at Trump because it's those three words. I think people are really, you know, she's just an empty vessel. How could someone?
You know, so we make sure we get to, because I know a lot of people are very busy in the space. Well, not space. I'm so used to doing spaces in the Zoom. I wanted to just get to the topic, at least the Donald Trump policies. I know Isaiah, he started off with the policies, but we haven't really touched on how we're feeling about Donald Trump in this upcoming presidential election. I know that he did formally mention about the Platinum Plan.
Now, the guy that you're looking at, if you see the guy with the dreadlocks, this is the guy, Dom Lucre. This is the guy who set the Zoom call up, and I reached out to him. I sent him an email. So if you can zoom in, you can see the pictures of other people. So each person, you're going to hear various people telling, you know, why they are definitely not voting for Kamala or any other Democrat. Here we go.
I haven't heard much about that recently, but do you people, you know, the Black Americans that's in here, do you feel as if that Donald Trump will introduce a Platinum Plan upon assuming presidency, or introduce something similar to that?
Right.
I think he's going to do just that, Don. He been talking about that on the back channels with Dr. Carson and others. He's going to bring back the Platinum Plan that he was working on just before they put a soft coup on him in 2020. So the answer to that is yes. The Platinum Plan is coming back, and this time it'll be much stronger than the $500 billion or whatever it was he was trying to give the last time. So.
I would like to answer your question, Dom.
So like I said, there are various people that are going to be giving responses. So I'm still trying to keep up with your comments in the comment section, but this is real talk, real Americans.
About the policy. I work in policy, and I feel like Trump could really hone in on a Black issue right now, or I guess an issue that really affected Black people, especially in the 90s. There's an act. A bill that's trying to be passed right now called the Equal Act, which would make drop the cocaine and crack to make them the same. Because right now it's like I think it's 18 to 1 or 100 to 1. And all the people who are in prison for that right now are really old. They're like in their late 40s, early 50s, you know, some in their 60s. So it's not like he's just releasing people who just went to prison. But I feel like if he came out with something like that, like, I'm going to be behind the Equal Act, that would get a lot of Black people to support him just because of that Joe Biden policy, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it would sound really good if he starts, you know, going through that approach. Does anyone else have anything to add on that?
Are you enjoying this, folks? Okay. Type it in the comment section.
Sounds good. So we'll go ahead and shift over to the next one. It's on family. So with Kamala Harris, as a Black American, how do you feel about Kamala Harris, her being president, and how would it affect your family?
Listen.
Personally, myself, I don't think it's a good thing for the Black community, and it will affect my family badly, because as you can see, as vice president for 3.5 years, Kamala went along with everything that Joe Biden has done 100%. as right now with the Florida illegal aliens being let into this country, about 30, I believe it's about 30 million of them, and she has absolutely no problem with that. And they are taking our tax dollars, taking care of them, paying for their health care, feeding them, housing them, clothing them, and that has a huge effect on the black community today in America. So Kamala doesn't have any policies that I can bring up at all. I don't know any policy that she ever had. She was a senator, and she was twisted to the left. She was very radical. She was a DA, Attorney General of California, and she did some unethical things out there in California towards black men. So I just don't see a path for a black man at all to support Kamala Harris. And if she became president of the United States of America, we could go that much further backwards. I don't vote skin color, and I don't vote gender. Just because she's a female means absolutely nothing to me. I look at policy, and she just, this particular time, but she don't have any policy, and she's not interested in policies. She's run on, I am a woman, and I am black. That is all I see out of Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
And what people also need to remember too, you know, she's running for the president of the United States, but the thing about it is they're not in charge at all. Biden is not in charge. She will not be in charge.
They know.
Then you think about her history of being a crooked AG. Just imagine what would happen if she get to that level. It's already bad enough that, you know, you defund the police, you destroy the community or need police out there. You know, they're against everything about them.
So what are you all thinking? Are you enjoying this audio? Like I said, you can watch this in its entirety. I have shared it. Yes, Jackie, I've been saying this since we started talking about the Black Americans and Blexit. You know, Black Americans leaving the Democratic plantation. Yes, this is an awakening. This is God ordained, folks. Finally, thank God. Linda, how are you? Hi says, hi, Roland the Big Al. These boomers are telling the truth straight up. Yes, sir. Yep. And so I'm going to continue playing this. All of you who are here, go ahead and hit that like button. We're almost at 100 likes. We have over 130 people in here. Big Al, go ahead and drop your channel link so they can sub you up too. Okay, I'm going to keep playing. This is good, folks.
American life, the way of life. I mean, they believe in. It's nothing good about what they could bring to the table. Nothing good at all. Yeah. You know, she's no different than that prosecutor Knight when he, you know, you heard about the Scottsboro trial about the boys being falsely accused. Then you had that True Love, how he was accused. Yep. You know, everything she touched is dangerous. Yes. And people got to realize this. This is a election. This election is very crucial to people to understand what she's all about.
I've been saying on this channel, Big Al and subscribers, for almost a year, if the Democrats get the White House again, you can kiss this country goodbye. This is the most important election of this century. I'll continue.
She's not about nobody but herself in the party, and she's not in charge. Nobody's in charge of that party at all. And they got to realize that those policies she's talking about she's going to do different than Biden. Biden's not in charge of those policies. She's not going to be in charge of those policies. And right now, I mean, think about it. When Trump came in office, I was able to purchase a house at 2.5% interest rate. If I would try to buy.
Did you hear that, folks? Again, these are kitchen table issues. You go and try to buy a house now with the interest rates through the roof. Try to go pay rent through the roof. I'll continue. Big Al, did you want to say something?
Yeah, man, I'm just enjoying these comments. I mean, for real, people, this is great. This is awesome. But Miss Lynn, I want to make a point too about the Zoom call. Everybody on there was not a Trump supporter. Now they were on there stressing how they, you know, what they were talking about Kamala basically. But some of those people still are going to have to do a little bit more research to find out. Because once you get over the fact and you do some research and you get over the fact that Trump is not racist, then the whole world will open up to you. And then you can go to bed, you can go to sleep at night and relax and know that all this is going to get taken care of, right? But some people just can't get past that. So
And
they've
some
been
people are still
brainwashed so
working
bad
through.
they
Right.
won't even listen to the man. Because if you hear one of his speeches, you'll be cool. You'll be like, okay, the Lord took care of this. We good.
Yeah.
we got to get to November.
And some people still are doing some soul searching. They, you know, but they still, even the ones that don't necessarily want to vote for Trump, they're still talking about how all the horrible things that Kamala has done.
Right.
Let me continue.
Right. House now under her and Biden.
Yes.
I would have to pay double the amount, double the interest rate. So, and right now, people can't afford to buy homes, cars. They can't go to work. You know, they cut the corners, do everything. So her policies are a reflection of what's been happening the past 3 years. She supported that policy, illegal immigration.
Yes.
I don't live too far from Abbeville, Alabama. It's an influx of illegal aliens there. We see all types. I mean, it's crazy. They flood the school system. And then what Trump want to do too, I want to add on to that. He want to bring back education back to the states. It should not be federal. That was the problem he did wrong, allowing the federal government to take over education.
As a woman who's been a public school educator for 26 years in the state of North Carolina, I agree with that message.
Education because it's destroying our youth. But she do not have any policies. She haven't mentioned anything like that. So I just want to see something about that.
And I'll quickly add on to that with her, with the family. It's reflecting even today in Atlanta, Georgia. You know, she's trying to gather the masses out to Atlanta. And the way that she does it is to utilize Megan Thee Stallion. Now, everyone can like the type of music that they like, but really, if you're a politician, and that's the type of message that you're trying to push out.
Someone type it in the chat section. So she had Megan Thee Stallion rapping and twerking for a Black audience. I mean, there were people there of other ethnicities, but primarily Black American. Somebody type it in the comment section. Has she done that for any other community in America? Wake up, people. You can't be that dense. This is what she thinks about you, that you are low intelligence, okay?
It really speaks volumes the same way that she invited these HBCU teenagers down to the White House in March, and they had pretty much a whole house party at the White House, drinking alcohol and listening to Sexy Red and dancing in provocative ways. It's just not really good imagery that they're displaying. So they're using the lowest denominator to represent us, and it's pretty unfortunate. So I think that's what we would see with the Black race as a whole, her being president. They'll appeal to those that we're trying to. It's almost like they appeal to the worst versions of us, the versions of us that we try to run away from.
In other words, she's not trying to appeal to those of us who are out hardworking Americans, right? We're out here working, trying to make it every day. Okay. And like I said, what shocked me, Megan Thee Stallion, I guess she thought because, they were losing with younger voters. I guess that, but I was so happy. That makes me know there's hope. A lot of those young people, I watched several videos, people in their 20s who like Megan Thee Stallion were like, she didn't talk about any policies. They're waking up, folks. They're waking up.
And that's the ones they try to shed light on, as if we can't escape that.
I agree with you, Dom, and also some of the things that she support in the homosexual area, the drag queens. She made her first campaign start with RuPaul. I mean, they equate this. Somebody told her, well, you can bring all these depraved things around and you equate it with the Black community, it'll be okay. It won't get too much pushback. And when she goes around advocating, I can't stand it, advocating for someone to murder their child in the womb. This is a woman that cannot bear children. And to me, it's jealousy. I can't bear children, so I want other women to be able to murder their kids in the womb. That is what I get out of her when she advocates for the murder, the genocide of a race of people.
In other words, folks, smarten up, okay? Don't be a schmuck. You don't see Kamala Harris going to any other community talking about reproductive rights. We know what that is. You can't dress it up, people. Why do you think they changed the words? I don't see her down there at the border with all these women coming over who are pregnant. She's not talking about Planned Parenthood to them. She's not in the Asian community talking about Planned Parenthood. You're participating in your own genocide, stupid.
Yep.
Because our people do run to the abortion mill and use that for a form of birth control, and it should not be. And so she advocated for those things that is detrimental to the Black community. This is why.
And those of you who are here for the first time, go back and check. Al and I did some videos. When you look at her platform, what she's talking about, she's really for. The first thing on the list is reproductive rights, not the economy, okay, not the housing issue. Reproductive rights. Really? You can't feed your family. You can't afford rent. She's talking about reproductive rights.
Yep.
News flash. Last time I checked, that won't pay bills. I digress.
Well, we stagnated around 12.5% of the population because of things like that. So I just can't, I can't even fathom myself supporting Kamala Harris. I have 5 children, and none of them support Kamala. I have 3 girls and 2 boys. So the privacy that she pushes out onto society is crazy. What people do in their bedroom is fine with me. That's between you and God. I don't care about. I got gay friends. I got all that. I don't care about what you do in your bedroom. When you push it out into the public, try to bring it into my school system, try to put it in my kids, putting those type of books into my schools.
And honey, those of you who don't know, they're not exaggerating. Some of these books that are in now I teach high school, and I have again for 26 years. Some of these books, I've seen male teachers blush with what is in those books. Why are they shoving that crap down our kids' throats? That's not right. Ugh.
I'm not going to stand by and just take that because it's depravity, and I'm going to fight back against it.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah. I want to piggyback off that. I think we got to get back to just like letting Black people know, because I always say that white liberals right now, they're the ones running Black culture. White liberals is running Black culture.
But those are your friends, right? Those are your friends. I was looking, I did some research. A lot of the rap music, when you look at who's the driving force, because everyone's talking about how disgusting it is, how vulgar it is. I've even seen, what was that show, Behind the Music, where there were rappers who like say MC Hammer, where they weren't talking about all the vulgar, and calling people names and all that. They don't want that. Mm-hmm. They want the most depraved thing to share with the Black community. But these are your friends, right? Okay. Friends like that, Big Al, I don't need enemies, okay? Mm-hmm. Oh, Karen said there are murals of Harris in India. Okay, Karen, that's a good point. Why isn't she reaching out to the Indian community? She's in the Black community. Okay, let me go and start this again.
And we need to get back to the point. We need to get back to the point where we know, like, how can we vote for somebody if you can't even define what a woman is? You feel what I'm saying? Like as Black people, we always knew what a woman is. Like when do we get to this point? I was on the app the other day. It's called Fanbase. Isaac Hayes' son runs the app or whatever. So I was up there and I was saying to this girl, I said, so can a boy become a girl? And she told me that that's white supremacy talking points.
Oh God!
Like, when did that become a white supremacy talking point? We know. So what we need to do? We need to bring like our Black culture right back to us. The Black people who's on the liberal side, we need to bring them back to us and just question them. Like, yo, do you really believe that a boy can become a girl? Or a girl can become a boy? Or something just as simple as, do you believe a boy should be playing in women's sports? I mean, it's getting real petty now. It's like, yo, we know that's wrong. We know it's wrong. And we need to draw like Black people back in, because the white liberals, they running Black culture.
I always find it so like
absolutely, I agree with that. And what I would say to all of this is, first of all,
Joe Biden and Bill Clinton, when they created that 1, 2, 3 strikes you out. We have so many Black people that are locked up for small crimes, like going in the grocery store, trying to feed their other families. I'm not condoning stealing, but hell, you got to do what you got to do when you got kids that you need to feed them. So some people have life in prison for getting a loaf of bread out of the grocery store. You know, and it's scary. It's really scary. And when you talk about Kamala Harris and her policies and what she did in California, this woman locked up so many Black men. She didn't even care.
Right. But look, we've been talking about that. And some of the men were innocent. She knew it. And she threw him in there for marijuana charges. And then they said, well, you smoked marijuana. And she just said, oh.
What type of evidence was there to support the fact that the person was innocent? She didn't care about that. She still incarcerated them anyway. So when you talking about just thinking about this woman, that she could actually become president, then just imagine what kind of harm she is going to do to Black people with the power that she will have and the control that she will have in her hand. She would destroy us. When you look at that video that's out there, that woman said, oh, I'm not going to do anything for Black people. Did you see that?
For those of you who were here for the first time, I've already addressed that statement that she made, that she's not going to do anything. I'm going to rephrase it for her. She's not going to do anything for any Americans, okay? You have to be someone who's coming to the country illegally through the southern border in Texas. Yes, then she'll do something for you.
Look on her face. She said that with sincerity from the bottom of her heart. So I don't know, when people tell you who they are, believe them. The lady already said it out of her mouth that she don't have no intentions of doing nothing for the Black community. So we as Black people need to stop being loyal to people that are not going to be loyal to us, and loyal to people that are not going to support us at all, because we gotta stop voting and helping them when they refuse to help us. So we definitely don't need to support Kamala, period, point blank.
Yep.
When I want to say something on that note, for the family piece, this is a female who has never carried life inside her. And not that that necessarily has to be a prerequisite, but Kamala Harris has shown her insensitivity to the Black community. She is one of those who spearheaded the narrative against President Trump about separating families. But we have to remember how many Black families that she separated by throwing Black men in prison.
But this is who she's now pandering to get votes. Tijuana Border Jumper, thank you so much for the super chat, dear. She supports abortion rights. Of course, we know what she keeps calling it, reproductive rights, whatever. Because Planned Parenthood says her under the table for harvesting baby parts, allegedly. Yeah, Tijuana, we talked about that a couple of videos ago. Yeah, thank you, Tijuana.
And leaving them there for labor, we have to remember how she separated families. I don't know if anybody has seen the video of the poor woman who had a child with sickle cell, but the mother was jailed by Kamala Harris and her prosecutory team for her child for truancy when she had missed 20 days of school, but it's because her child was sick.
And I can attest to that. I have taught kids in the past that has sickle cell anemia. You do miss a lot of days of school. She incarcerated not only Black men, she incarcerated a lot of Black women, regardless of the circumstances. But this is who you love now. Yeah, she's pure evil. Aaron, I need you guys to help me get the word out. Dante, how are you? Gen X has awakened, pushing back on this woke mentality. We were not raised this way. Exactly, Dante. How you doing, Alley Cat? Yeah. And so I'm going to keep, you guys want me to keep playing it? This is, I mean, he goes from person to person. And these are just, everyday Americans. And they're just pouring their hearts out. And this is good stuff.
But Kamala didn't care about separating that family. So she essentially only cares about separating families when it comes to illegal migrants. But when it comes to people she claims to wear the badge of, and she's just wearing the badge. And if she were ever to be put in such a high position, it would go just like it always does. She would forget, and there's not going to be any reparations. State of California, including with Kamala Harris's so-called intervention, has done nothing more than put committees together, exploratory.
They do this every election cycle. You've heard us talk about this on this show. Stop waiting for your pie in the sky. No one's going to give you any money. Reparations are not coming. If you keep looking to the back, you can't look forward. Stop being bamboozled. They always say, oh, we're going to get a committee together. During each election cycle, you're not going to receive reparations. Get over it. Get out and work hard. It's not happening. Stop being used.
Committees concerning reparations. It won't even be a discussion. All she talks about is abortions. And
that's it.
You know, this seems to be her only platform is abortions.
Yes.
While those who are illegal have all of these benefits that the Black community has begged for so many years, and she supported that. But now all of a sudden, you know, we are all supposed to just, the first Black president, first Black this and first Black that.
No.
We already did that.
Right.
Okay. It didn't work out for any of us. I know it didn't work out for me. And this would just be Obama's fourth term because Kamala Harris does.
Did I not just say that? Don't get it twisted. This was Obama's third term. Okay? I just said that. I've been saying that. This would be his fourth.
That's what she's told. And she doesn't care about separating families. She doesn't care about Black families. And that needs to be just loud among those of us who are influencers. I don't have quite as wide a reach as I used to before Jack Dorsey did away with my account. I've had to rebuild. But my voice is loud, and I'm using it for this purpose.
Right.
She is terrible for the country. She has never been a mother. She is condescending. She doesn't like us. She only associates with HBCUs because that's who accepted her at the time.
That part.
So she's fake through and through. And Black.
I've been saying she's fake. You can't. Stevie Wonder can look at her and see right through her. She's very transparent, people. Wake up. Come on. Don't be a schmuck. Don't be a schmo. You can't see that? Really?
Folks need to understand that. She'll ditch you as soon as she gets her positions.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Hey, Don,
Go to.
what I like to say is this. I'm Ron from Chicago, and I grew up here where Barack Obama started his presidency. I've been involved in politics since 1976 when I voted for Jimmy Carter. And in all that time, I had never seen Barack Obama until he came on the national scene.
Yep.
First of all, to me, as Black people, we need to stop walking around with our hands held out saying, give me, give me, give me. We need to walk around with our hands out saying, let's help each other. And as far as reparations go, I grew up in pop.
Did we not say that before, Al?
Yeah.
No one's going to give you anything. So stop. We all know the history of America.
Stop asking.
No, you're not getting anything. Stop being stuck on stupid talking about reparations. You're not going to get it.
It ain't happening.
No.
On the south side of Chicago, my family never owned a house, never took a vacation, never did anything. And yet today I live in a $350,000 home. I do financial literacy, and I go into the Black community in Chicago teaching people how to manage their money. So we need to get together. This is a great idea, Dom. I hope you do this again, and we can do things better. But I think that we as Black people need to stop holding our hands out and start helping each other.
Right.
I think we have to.
Thank you. We'll go ahead one quick. We'll go to our next topic because I know we're going to be going over time a little bit, making sure I'm aware of
I
everyone's
just
time.
wanted to piggyback on what he was saying.
We can. We'll just have to go to the next one because we had 7 topics, and I wouldn't want this because it's a lot of people that's busy. Like Miss Spicer, she's an organizer, and Isaiah Washington, he's directing movies and whatnot. So just want to make sure that everyone is able to have a chance to speak and close in a good time. So one moment. The next topic that we have, and then who was going to piggyback? You can actually start off on the next one we're about to have.
I wanted to piggyback. I just wanted to say something to this beautiful lady's point who just spoke before. I think that the Democratic Party carefully melded what was unique about the Black community into them. And we adopted their identities, their values. We may not have...
With devastating results. Devastating results.
Gone along with all of it, but we've tolerated and gone along with too much. We have a very unique history. Our identity is rooted in family, and they are threatening that. They're threatening that everywhere. I live in California, and there is a law that's just been passed. I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but teachers can now transition people's children.
Yeah.
And take them away from the family. Now, this is like a non-starter. This is something everybody should be outraged about. But it's very, people are being very quiet about it. But I feel like Black mothers are people in the inner cities are challenged and whatever, but we're tiger moms. I'm not even a mother, but I feel that way about my nieces and nephews. We're tiger moms. We have a familial kind of concept about our communities, and this sort of socialist communist agenda that's being pushed forth. They don't say it out loud, but that's what it is. It's the children become a ward of the state, not the parent. I think that we just need to, as Black people, we need to just reassert that we are unique. You're not going to take away our families. You're not going to take away our unique identity, because you and your liberal views do not align with ours.
That's right.
Thank you so much. You have to shift the family. Oh, well, I'm sorry. That was family. Religion. All right, it's religion. So with Kamala Harris, why as a Black American would you be against Kamala Harris with her thoughts on religion or lack thereof? How do you feel like she would respect your religion? Or has she shown any type of disrespect towards religion throughout her time in offices?
Well, for me, it's just like somebody made it very clear. This will be Obama's 4th term in office as she won. So we already know what her agenda is going to be. It's going to be to pick up what Obama left off, and we know what Obama did. When he was elected, everybody was so excited because, we finally got our first Black president, something we actually wanted to see. Something Black people were saying, well, I never thought that I would ever see a Black president. So everybody was ecstatic about the fact that now we finally have a Black president. But what did he do for Black people? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Go to the LBGT community. That's the only crowd of Americans that they did something for. So go ask for their votes.
Whole agenda was to push that homosexual thing that they was working on. And that's what he pushed, was some whole homosexual agenda to make sure that they were able to get married and to get their spouses, when they work to get their spouses, I can't even think of what I'm calling it right now, benefits from their jobs and everything else. And that's what he did. That's why we're where we're at now, people. And remember, a lot of Black people still don't have a clue as to what is going on out here. There's so many people still asleep. They don't know about that homosexual agenda that they are pushing. They don't know about them sexual books that's in the library. They don't have a clue as to what is going on, especially when you're talking about them old Black elderly people. Like I provide food for them, and I work with them all the time, so I know that they don't know. Because if I start talking about, well, what are you talking about? I'm talking about what is going on out here, and I'm telling you what you need to know. Remember, we got years and years and years of being programmed by our television, which has been lying to us.
Yes.
And they have.
And didn't I just say that, folks? With the older crowd, years and years of brainwashing and indoctrination. And again, a lot of them are only looking at CNN, MSNBC. Give them some grace. Don't get angry with your older relatives. Please don't. They're doing the best that they can. When you've been brainwashed that long, where are we? Douglas, thank you for the super chat. Douglas said, almost Black. The true story of how I got into medical school by pretending to be Black. Kindle edition by VJ Jojo Shoko Ingram, author. Okay. A must read. Thank you so much, Douglas. Let me keep on going.
I've been telling us what it is that they want us to believe. So we the people, we the Black people, it's up to us to wake them up.
Yep.
And I have no problem with doing that. But then what the question becomes, Trump is accepting. Trump bought in the Black people. Many of us joined the party because of him. But what about the party? What is the party going to do for us? That's what I want to know.
And I've been saying that Trump opened the door for Republicans. Now, if they don't take it and do what they need to do, that's their fault. He opened up the door. He opened up the dialogue. Now it's up to them to do something.
Miss Lynn.
Get back on the religion.
Yes, sir.
Can I say something to Miss Parker and some of the other people on here? And I understand what y'all are going through.
Okay.
But here's what can help you a little bit. Just ask them questions. Just ask them questions to get them to think. Don't argue with them because they don't have the same information you have. They have limited information. It's propaganda. So they really think that they are right and they think that you're wrong. They haven't seen what you know. So what you have to do is ask them questions.
And share with them.
Yeah, just ask them questions.
Yeah, take time with them.
Around what they say and ask a question. And then that will cause them to think. And then that will get them out of it. That's what happened to most of us.
Right. And you know what? Instead of becoming angry with them, if you have time, show them some content creators on YouTube who are sharing the truth. Okay, that's good, Big Al. Okay, we'll keep on.
Okay, number one, they under the Biden administration, they put FBI agents in Catholic churches. They trying to do away with religion, period, throughout all religious places. And on top of that, they boo God. The liberals do not care about your faith at all.
No.
They want to take away masculinity and they want to take away your God.
Yes.
That's what they target at the most. And it's sad that, what's going on in our schools, what's going on in our communities, and like that young lady just said, they coming at us big time. She do not care about your religion. She do not care about your religion. They'll show up at a Black church and make like they part of the team. But once that door's closed, they doing everything to deconstruct your religious values.
Facts.
Okay.
Facts.
So,
and they'll punish you for it too.
Facts.
Going into Democrat policies and
listen to
the
this
destruction of the Black community, I'm sure all of us could go on and on about this one. As we all aware, Democrat policies just really haven't been too beneficial for Black Americans. prior to the 1960 civil rights movement, which was shifted. So JFK Jr. actually had a civil rights proposition that was a lot better than what LBJ had presented. He actually altered it after the death of JFK Jr. But prior to the civil rights implementation, we actually had a higher participation rate in the workforce. I think we had higher birth rates, and we also had a higher marriage rate than I think the white counterparts. And it's crazy when you also look at the people that were destroying our cities. When you think of Black Wall Street, it was a bombing that was ordered by the National Guard, but the governor, James B.A. Robertson, was a Democrat that ordered a bombing up in Oklahoma. So their policies really haven't benefited us all the way back from the past to right now. It's just my opinion. I think if we ever endorse anything that's liberal, it leads to our destruction. Hip hop itself is pretty liberal. I wouldn't say hip hop is really conservative. It might have some conservative aspects to it, but for the most part, it pushes out liberal agendas, and that doesn't really serve us well either. So that's just my take on Democrat policies and destruction of Black Americans. I don't know if anyone has something to add.
Yeah. It's crazy because the only time you really hear about policies for Black people from Democrats is election season.
Facts.
And it's the same type of policies every 4 years. They're going to talk about the same things. And what's crazy is they say that they was losing the Black vote because they wasn't doing nothing. So they decided to get a Black-ish candidate to run for president because, hey, we're not going to do nothing for you. So let me get somebody that looks Black to convince you we're going to do something for you. And they do nothing. And it makes me, and that I gotta say something about the last topic too. The only time Democrats care about, and I'm gonna say it goes align with what I'm saying now. Only time they care about religion is election season. And that's the only time you're gonna see them in a church, at a Black church. The only church they're gonna be in is the Black church. They're not gonna go to a regular church, a unified church. To a Black church in election season so they can get the Black religious folks to vote for them. But they really don't care. It makes no sense, man. That's all.
Yeah, I would like to add to what he was saying about the Democratic policies is that it essentially incentivized our own destruction. Essentially, is it made us incohesive as a community, right? Because there's been a lot of correlations with single motherhood and poverty. If you were married, you're less likely to be in poverty compared to someone raised in a single mother household. And a lot of these policies were meant to make us essentially dependent on the government, and they use the government as a way, a leverage for the Black community, because a lot, the most loyal Democratic voters, Black women, they vote 95% for the Democratic Party. So the Democrats, they like to leverage. Oh, look, because growing up, this is how my mom used to try to tell me, oh, Democrats are for Black people, but I go, how is it there for Black people when essentially they're making you comfortable in poverty if you make a certain amount of.
Now this young man, exactly, they make you comfortable in poverty, so you don't try to move up. You just stay in perpetual poverty for generations and generations. That's what they do.
Yeah, and you're a victim.
Victimhood. That's what they offer. Victimhood. We're all victims.
Benefits. The benefits that they give you is worth about 60K a year salary. And if you make more than 2,000, I don't forget the number, but it's it's half of that.
2,000.
Yeah, if you make more than 2,000, they take you off. So what's the incentive there? The incentive is, hey, we want you to be comfortable in poverty.
Right.
So you don't strive for more. You can stay in poverty so they can continue running on the message, oh, look, Republican bad. And one thing I also noticed about the policies too is that if you go on Kamala Harris's campaign page, you can't find a policy. She doesn't have a policy platform yet.
Nope.
And this is a lady that she used to be a senator, 2019. She used to run. She ran for president in 2020, and 2 weeks. She's been running 2 weeks, and she still doesn't have a policy position.
Nope.
But then they're using fear, and that's one thing I noticed with their messaging to the Black community. And this is in a way that it kind of exposes how they really look at us. In a way, is that they know, as long as we send an emotional driven messaging, will scare them into voting for us. Because I remember, and I cover videos on YouTube and stuff. there was a video of an MSNBC host. He was a black dude, like 2022. Remember the 2022 election? Oh, we need black men to vote for Stacey Abrams, and they didn't go. The man literally said that you will have to scare black men into voting, right? So that's why they go with the racism narrative, the slavery narrative. Oh my God, Jim Crow 2.0. You need voter ID to vote, and it's almost like they're looking at you like we're retarded children. Like based on our skin color, we don't know what a voter ID is. If I ask everyone here how you work, like how you do anything in this society without a voter, or like without identification.
Facts.
And one thing I also know, and I'll end it off there, is Democrats or their main political messaging is always somehow to create a villain out of their opposition instead of showcasing how they're the better option, right? They never play, okay, hey, look, Trump is doing this for you guys. Here's how we're gonna compete with that policy. It's always about racism. Oh, no, don't even look at him. He's a racist. He's this. They always have to make it about something else, without the substance of policy, what they're actually like running on. Like, okay, what are you running on, Kamala? Like, for the past week, I've been getting inundated with negative comments about my position of wanting to vote for Trump, right? Oh, you're saying mega talking points. How is it mega talking points that compared to 2020, my cost of living increased 20% because of inflation, because of the things your guy Joe Biden is doing.
Facts.
Joe Biden forgives student loans. I found out student loans contributed to 27% of inflation. So I was like, oh, so that's nice. Majority of Americans aren't college educated, didn't graduate from college. Don't you making our tax money forgive your people's, the college educated people?
And that's what I had someone come in. I actually talked about that. So people who did receive that money, college loan forgiveness, like I was telling someone who came through in the chat, someone's paying for that. The taxpayers are paying for it. Nothing is free. Okay. How you doing, Pete Menendez? All right. He said about 20,000 Americans showed up for Trump in Charlotte. I'm going to play a few more of these because we got some more people on here saying some real pretty interesting things.
For Democrats. So I see it as, so you're bribing them. So you're bribing people. They forgive the student loan debt. And then now you're making our lives harder with increased inflation. So I'll just end it off there.
Thank you so much. We have only 3 more topics to go, everyone. So it ain't gonna be much longer for everyone. And if everyone's wondering about, when they go out, be sending everyone an update and also the link. So our next one is illegal immigration. Kamala Harris being president with illegal immigration. I think this one shouldn't take much longer. We all really see the effects of her being as VP and border czar. So I mean, anyone can go ahead and lead on this one.
Can I say something? Because I'm an immigrant. I came to this country
Listen to this.
when I was very young. Mm-hmm. My parents, I didn't speak a word of English. I was from Haiti, and it took us years to get our citizenship. My dad was a professional. He was a doctor. My mom was a nurse. But nevertheless, we had to stand on line with everybody else, and we gladly and proudly did it. It was horrible for me as a child, but we gladly and proudly did it and kept going back, over and over and over again until we got our cards, or passports or IDs or whatever. I think it's so unfair. That's one of the things that I'm outraged about it. I'm outraged about the notion that people are able to come into this country and take up our goods and services, or goods and services that are needed for needy people, our needy Americans. They came through the border and broke the law. That's law breaking. When you come into a country, if someone comes to your house, you have the right to lock your doors. You have the right to, in some places, shoot before you ask questions, because you have a potential robber or a potential homicidal maniac at your door. You have a right to defend your property. Why is that not the same? She knows it. She has just shirked her duties. She has deliberately ignored because they want to get more voters. And the problem with that is that they are now supplanting Black people while they're doing that. Because you bring all these new voters in, we are effectively unnecessary. That's what happens with that. That's why they're not courting our vote as much, because they have a wide swath of people who have come in that they can, massage and influence.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. A lot of people don't know. I'm gonna back on that too. Yeah. The resources. I help a lot of veterans get their benefits. And do you
listen to this? And you can go back. I started the series about 9-10 months ago on everything the migrants were receiving. And I told you about all of the homeless veterans who don't get any resource. Listen to this guy who helps homeless veterans. I don't make this stuff up, but listen to this.
You know that they funded illegal immigration, hotel stays, food, car, gas out of VA benefits, $470 million.
$470 million.
I have veterans right now, and I tell them straight up, right now it's going to be right now you're not going to see anything until probably the next fiscal year, because right now they use all those funds to fund illegal immigration.
Sure.
$470 million. They put veterans behind a lot.
That's why they were all on the street.
Yes, it's sad.
We have
deplorable.
Inflation and
Talk
education.
about deplorables. Those people are deplorable.
They're the deplorables.
Facts.
The next topic, inflation and education. So Kamala Harris, how will Kamala Harris affect the Black community as president with inflation? Do you see her improving the inflation problem? Does you see her taking a different approach than Joe Biden?
Well, she's never probably took a business course. She knows nothing about economics. Clearly, she can't even explain the agendas that they've put in her portfolio. She can't explain what. She's still searching for root causes. She can't even explain what illegal immigration and what her task is. So we can't expect her and that administration, because all they're doing is exporting our money, our tax dollars.
Right.
I work in insurance. I was a former actress, but I now work in the insurance business. And I always tell people, you get taxed 3 times. When you get a paycheck, the government never ask you permission to take your tax money, right? Right? And so then you have to pay taxes on your portfolio, your investment portfolio, once you pull it out, your 401k, right? And so there's all of these moments where you are paying taxes, and it's just going up and up and up. Yep. When is it going to stop? When are we going to be able to enjoy the fruits of our sufferings? And they're doing that to fund all these things, wars, illegal immigrants. It's just not fair. It's not fair. And the Black community, this is a hill to, I'm not going to say die on, but it's certainly something that we should be really vocal about, because they are pulling resources from us to benefit others. They're pulling resources from veterans to benefit others. Right. And it's not fair. Have you seen Brooklyn lately? Have you guys seen Brooklyn? You can't even leave your home, your apartment. You can't go out in the street because all the immigrants have flooded the streets. It's not fair.
It's the same way.
I think that every person should talk about all of the people who have died, Lake and Riley and all of these people. They should be saying their names.
And also Ruby from Jordan, you remember we did talk about that, $13,000 in food stamps, $4,000 in cash. There are millions of Americans who could benefit from that. But no, with the Democrats' mantra, if you're an American, forget you. Have to. I think I'm going to go with Lori. Said she's going to go down to the southern border and come through. Laura, I told Laura, I typed in the comment section, I'm going with you. We have to come through illegally so we can get resources. That's how they operate. Yeah.
This was one of the people who died recently. I'm not sure if her name was Lakin. No, it wasn't. It was a young girl of 12 years old who was raped.
Jocelyn Nungary.
Pardon me?
Jocelyn Nungary.
I mean, it's outrageous. It's outrageous. And then with the news cycle, everybody forgets about it. But I can't forget about these things. Because
Andrew, I tell you should come to Chicago. Last weekend, 39 people were shot about 11 were killed, and the youngest that was shot was a 3-month-old baby, shot in the chest. And they act like it's just normal, like this is just how people live, and it's.
But Black Lives Matter, right? Ha ha ha! What a joke.
It's not.
Yeah, and the media doesn't cover it either. Like they like to focus on like if it's the opposite.
Media is not going to cover it unless it's a white police officer killing a Black American because it doesn't fit the narrative. But they say Black Lives Matter. Ha! What a joke they are.
Race, but when black on black crime, like they don't cover it at all because it happens so frequently. It's like it's expected. And I think Brandon Johnson also, he left Chicago around that time as well. I think that happened in the Dependency, like July.
Yes.
You can trace it back to the Obama administration. I used to do the body count on the weekend. 57, 60 gunshots. X number of people died. The little girl who sang at his inauguration, dead.
Yes.
This beautiful, bright prodigy, dead.
I will say what she would do. She's been giving money to illegals already. She's gonna keep giving money to illegals. But she's a pure communist. And I'm not even saying that just to say it, because a lot of people they say it about Democrats just to say it. But no, literally, she's a pure socialist communist that is 100% in her ideology. So I can't explain because I don't think we ever had a pure command economy. So I think that you're going to see a lot of people at the bread line.
Food bank.
Food bank, exactly. Exactly. But she's always going to be the administrator. She's in the administrative state. Okay, so the rest of the people have to be begging and starving and whatever. But all of these administrators, they're always going to eat. They're always going to be healthy.
Right, but don't touch on inflation and how inflation affect us under the Kamala Harris presidency. And inflation already is affecting us bad because she's VP now, right, under Joe Biden. And most of you in here are young. You can't even afford to buy a home now. You can't afford to buy a new car because the interest rates are sky high. You have to live with your parents because it's impossible to afford a home. That's even impossible to afford an apartment by yourself. So her policies, along with Joe Biden, already have affected our community very, very bad. We was already a struggling community before then. When Trump came in with his policies, things started elevating. As a businessman, I can tell you that I did very well under Trump as a businessman. Under Trump, the policies increased 450% for Black business people. I mean, the economy was great under Trump. But now, under Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, I mean, you can't afford to buy your groceries. I mean,
we're doing a spot parody. And so a lot of these people are Black conservative influencers.
He's on the phone.
Podcast. Andrew Craig, I think.
Andrew Craig.
He's fine.
He muted himself.
You know, in
you're absolutely right.
The
person who was speaking before.
Yeah. In 2019, I bought a dozen eggs. It cost me 48 cents.
Yeah.
And recently, I bought a dozen eggs. It cost me about $3.68.
Wow.
So I was paying 4 cents for one egg, and now I'm paying about 30 cents for each egg. And the inflation is out there, it's real, and it's not going away anytime soon.
Nope.
Because we have $35 trillion in debt. Let that sink in.
That's
and
crazy.
Voting Democrat would just make it worse because they're known to spend the most money when it comes to government spending. So at this point in 2024, I always joke around and I say, look, Black people can't afford to vote Democrat. Like literally, you can't afford.
You better not.
This is dire. This is like, you know, your vote or your life. Literally, when they've had those slogans, that's what it is.
If she get elected, y'all wait for that bread line, all right?
But y'all know I'll be from early south.
Good thing I'm a baker.
I agree.
There was that, and
we're gonna have to start
in my community. They gonna eat real good over here. I'm gonna make sure of that. 22 decades plus.
So as Black people, we cannot afford to let Kamala Harris get elected, because we all know how it's going to affect our community, our children, our way of living, the cost of living. As Black people, we have got to try to educate the other Black people that are leaning towards Kamala Harris. It's going to be crazy out here. I can tell you, we got to stand up and we got to fight. We got to push it back. And this is why you see me on social media. I drag their ass because I care absolutely nothing about you. I care nothing about my professionalism. I have 2 college degrees. I don't give a damn about those degrees. And if you're going to get in the gutter, I'm going to get in the gutter with your ass. So you have got to fight. You can't be nice to English. You can't be nice to people. You have got to push back and destroy these people where they stand. And this is what I do in the Delta business. Somebody, oh, you too rough. No, I'm not rough enough. Because if I was, then the evil wouldn't be out there like it is now. So I commence to dragging the ass every single day. I don't care how nobody feels about it. Like I told you before in my videos, your feelings been hurt for damn 8 decades from the Democratic Party. So the little things I'm doing shouldn't matter to you, because your feelings have already been tore up from the floor. I'm going to continue to drag. It's absolutely no good for the Black community. I wish our people would stop looking at skin color and look at policy, and let's make decisions from there. We need to drop the gender. We need to drop it. Like you know what a woman is. So I was saying, I want to be the first Black woman president. How do you know you're a fucking woman? You done told us that you couldn't define woman, even if you did.
If they can't define what a woman or what a biological woman is, how in the hell do they know if they're one or not?
That dovetails back to the family conversation that we were having before. This is the breakdown of the family. This is the disillusion of a family. You can't, you get into a category of other, then you don't recognize what a family is.
Okay, we have the shift. We have our final 2 subjects, because after this we'll just do like a quick 10-20 seconds to ask everyone why they not spoke. Come on.
You did bring up education. This is Sophia Johnson. I'm sorry.
No, it's child grooming and
child grooming. Because even with education, you said it with regard to
allegation. Yeah, so we're at child grooming. That finish it. Thank you so much. That'll be so it'll end on child grooming, and after that, I could 30 seconds max. We could ask everyone. I don't know if anyone could turn on their cameras, but this would be the point where everyone would be able to see the people that's still in the attendance. You could get your face on the camera as well when we do the final questioning. But so right now, we'll just go ahead to the child grooming. So Kamala Harris with child grooming, I think we've pretty much seen from the type of event she's put on at the White House. It's made a mockery of the entire country, to be honest. It's beyond just a Black American problem. It's an American problem. The children are being groomed through the drag queen nation that they're allowing. The imagery that we're seeing, I think it's pretty much undeniable. I would say just through drag queen, they're being groomed. I don't know. Mr. Spicer, you have something?
No, I was just listening. I mean, it's really demonic. Their whole agenda is demonic. They come to steal, kill, and destroy. It's biblical.
Yeah.
Facts.
The public school is what they do.
Yes, exactly. The public school.
They want your kids to go to public school, because public school is where they turn out. It's a liberal making machine. So that's why.
Facts, people. That's why. Think about it. Monopolies are supposed to be illegal in this country. Public schools have a monopoly. Why do you think they fight so hard to keep out the vouchers and charter schools? They don't want any competition, right? Okay.
Every time they talk about school choice, they're against school choice. Because they know if your child go from kindergarten to 12th grade in public school, and especially if they go to a state university, by the time they get out of that, they're going to be a liberal. And they're going to have to fight their way back to conservatism. That's right. That's the way it works in this country. That's why most come out.
That's right.
The child grooming.
Where is the lie? Is he lying? No, he's not.
He's telling the truth.
Yes, he is. And that's why, we say it takes a while. People are brainwashed and, indoctrinated for years and years and years. So it takes, like they said, it takes a long time for people to wake up and, to come back. But that's just where we are. Okay, let's see. Well, listen to a little bit more and then we'll go ahead and end this, folks.
school, and they had a reading lesson where it says, "Is Snowden a hero or a traitor?" He hasn't even been tried yet, and I had to tell my son, you're not going to turn that paper in. You're not going to have anything to do with that, because you have your own judgment, but for the school to ask for you to put a position regarding whether or not he's a traitor, you have to look at it for what's real. He gave us information that we would never have had he not did exactly what he did. And they're trying to train our kids to not even listen to people like Snowden, to not listen to people that's telling the truth, to listen to anybody, Julian Assange. They're not trying to let the kids understand that when people circumvent what they're trying to give them.
And again, these are just everyday Americans, but they know what's going on. So it's going to take all of us to share these live streams out. Big Al and I are trying to get the word out. All these other YouTubers are trying to get the word out. It's kind of difficult, but we are doing the best that we can. And here's a lady right here. She let me let you hear this, and then I'll stop it. She had something really good to say here, because I listened to her. Here we go.
I've been following her. I'm sorry for my potty mouth, guys. I'm sorry. I've got like a mouth like Andrew Dice Clay, or as my ex doesn't hallucinate. I have a mouth of a longshoreman. I don't try to. I try so desperately to be, prudent about things that come out of my mouth. So anyway, she has a terrible track record with Black men. As far as like on the end of like regarding like with the justice system, she has she's kept Black men in jail beyond their actual time served. Like if they would have had 30 days in jail, she would keep them in longer, that type of thing. She also has a track record of oppressing Black women, like specifically single moms. I am a single mom. If I was in California, I would have been at that time. I would have been screwed, like over screwed, because I would have had. There were instances where I've had to work like doubles and stuff like that. And if I were in that situation, what would happen is that if my kid is like late for school, or missing school, I'll say missing school with quotes, because I know with Wisconsin, we have weird rules with missing school meetings, because it could just be that you're just like late. Anyway, fact of the matter is that if you're missing school, what ends up happening is that like if you miss enough time, they put you on a log to like have you seen by CPS, and apparently the parents get arrested over there. I know here we get ticketed in Milwaukee, but in California, I guess they do a whole different thing where they just like straight up arrest you. Yeah. So, and yeah, it's just, it's a whole, it's a whole awful situation over there. But I wouldn't just on that basis alone, because that doesn't help anyone. Because all it's, because Black people in general, we've been like a testing ground for lots of really dubious, horrific, pernicious things. And it all starts, sort of slopping out into like, the rest of the population. And everyone else is just getting what we've already been experiencing for, decades. So anyways, that's it. I'm sorry about the rant. All right, that's all.
So yeah, and it goes on, and then those of you who are here, I actually, if you want to watch the video, I actually shared the link of this Zoom call. And if you sit and listen to these people and all their stories, these are everyday, hardworking Americans.
Yep.
So, Brother Al, what do you think with everything we've listened to so far at this point?
I think it's very enlightening, and I think it gives people hope. And I think what it's going to do is going to bring out a lot of people who are afraid to really speak out because of the backlash and all that. But I want everybody to understand that we the people are the majority, and it's not all this freaky stuff and all this mess they're trying to push down our throat. And so we need to push back, go ahead on, and know that God is in control. Our prayers have been answered. When that bullet just hit President Trump in the ear, that showed me everything I needed to know right there.
And so, in the hand of God.
We're gonna be okay. So
don't worry about
keep rolling. Did we get it? Are you gonna do a survey and see how many people want us to do a Zoom? Or are we just gonna plug into
let me see.
What we gonna?
I was looking here. Several people said yes, let's do it.
Yeah, I see that. It's a great group of people right here. I'm just telling you, it's a great group of people right here.
We have all of you. Let me see if I can do a little poll real quick. Let me see. Where is it? Settings. No, I don't see it on here.
I know Detroit TV, HPTV. I know he'll be in there.
Yeah, Cringe Fest. How are you? Unity. That's what it's all about. We all can unify. I've been saying this. We have one common enemy, the Democrats. It doesn't matter what color they are. They are our enemies, folks. Madison, how are you? I don't see the where to let me create a poll. Don't forget, Al, go ahead and drop your channel link. Those of you who enjoy this content, please, please, please. Go over to sub up Big Al, Uncle Coon's channel. He has some great content. Cringe Fest. Yes. Cringe Fest. I love that name. Every time I see Kamala cackling, I think about cringing. All right. And so, Big Al and I are working on trying to get together a Zoom because we want you to voice your opinion. Thank you so much, Aaliyah, for dropping that link for us. And I don't see where I can do the poll, so whatever. I don't see it on here. Let me see. No, I don't see it. Okay.
I think we'll just go with it. I think it's okay because a lot of people.
Right. Right.
Which I think it's really good because I think if we do a lot of them, if we do one and other people are doing them, because everybody's not going to be able to catch all of them, but somebody's going to catch some of them.
That part.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
okay, you're absolutely right. And all of you, like we've been saying, don't let someone shame you and say you're black and you're supposed to vote for Kamala Harris. No one can tell you who to vote for. We don't even try to tell you who to vote for. We tell you who we're not voting for. We just try to give you facts, excuse me, so that you can make an informed decision. Thank you so much, Lady Kara. And though she's not black, but that's the narrative that they're shoving down people's throats. And if we have access to all of this truth about Kamala, what's wrong with these people? They're out here, even these celebrities and even just regular everyday black Americans. Oh, I'm supporting Kamala. Oh my God, get out of here. No way. So anyway, that's all Big Al and I wanted to talk about with you. And we are going to talk about Michaela Montgomery, also AKA the Chick-fil-A lady who was at the Trump rally. That's right, Janine, stand on policy. She was at the Trump rally. She stole the show as usual. And, they're still giving her flack because she said some things about Kamala. So if you're black, you're not supposed to say something about a black person. But all of us on here know she's not black. Aaron says, we love you, Big Al. Yeah, Cringe Fest. She was incredible. P. Menendez, the Republican Party is encouraging everyone to vote early. Yes, P. Menendez, and we got to get people out. And we have to have eyes on everything that's going on so that they do not steal another election. Yep. That's the goal, okay? We've got to be cognizant. We know they do not want to relinquish power. So all of us together as a united front, all Americans, we have got to be in place or they will steal another election. We have to be diligent. Cringe Fest. Exactly. Uncle Charles, excellent show. Excellent. Uncle Charles, if you want, email me. I'm still interviewing people so they can share their Blexit from the Democratic plantation. Anyone who wants to can send me an email. I'm typing it in the comment section right now. My email is lsibert@ymail.com. Here we go. Yeah, and it's all lowercase. John said, keep info flow. Yes, sir, I will. Anyone else who wants my email? I'll say it again. lsibert@ymail.com. And it is in the comment section. Okay? Make sure you know that's an L and not an I. A lot of people say, hey, I sent you an email. And I'm like, I didn't get it. Because they thought it was an I. That's an L, LSIBERT. Oh yeah, always good to see you all, Uncle Charles. Uncle Charles, Uncle Charles has a very good question. Do you see that? Everybody listen to this. Uncle Charles said, who do you call if you see them cheating? Don't you call the State Board of Elections?
I think they in on the steal.
Hey,
I believe that's going to be taken care of because I think Donald Trump is going to have the military cover this stuff. That's what I believe is going to happen.
He's going to have to. They're going to try to steal it again. They know that their time is very limited. How you doing, outdoorsman?
Yeah, because the steal is coming from the people that's in charge.
Right.
That's who doing the stuff. So
that's a very good question. We all have cell phones for the most part. Have your cell phone with you. Take pictures so that you can prove it if you need to. Peacetime. Everybody needs to make their vote early plan today. That's how they won over in Louisiana. Okay, good. Douglas Lindsay.
Louisiana.
Woo-hoo, that's where Big Al is. All right.
We're doing better too.
Oh yeah. All of you who donated, I want to thank everyone for the super chat. Big Al and I are going to come on. I don't know when. We're going to have to talk about Miss Michaela, the young lady, the Chick-fil-A lady, Miss Michaela Montgomery.
She lit that thing up, boy.
She always does. She's a character. I love her.
Yeah, she lit it up.
Right. All right. We're going to let you go. If you're like me, you have to prepare for work tomorrow. We thoroughly enjoyed all of you.
Yes.
And Big Al and I may make a little video later. We may not go live, but we may make a video and upload it on her. Okay. So we enjoyed all of you. Everyone be safe. I know depending on where you live in the country, you may be experiencing some weather hazards. So be careful, be safe. And Big Al and I will be going live. I don't know when, maybe Monday, Tuesday. We'll be going live again. So thank you, Bob Trump. Thank you again. Don't forget to sub up to Big Al's channel if you like this content. He's got some great content over there. We're a tandem. Mr. Fizz, that said, thank you for speaking out. Mr. Fizz, I will, dear. I'm trying to prepare for November, and I just sent you some cat emojis, Mr. Fizz. All of you who like this content, share this out. Share Big Al's content out on your various forms of social media. Please, please, please. It's very imperative that you share this out. Big Al and myself, we can't get this information out by ourselves. We need your help. His page led me here. Thank you. Lady Kara said your page led her here. Thank you so much. James Rubin, thank you. Those of you who are still here, P. Menendez enjoyed. Oh, thank you so much, P. Menendez. You know how I do. I'll continue to respond to your comments even when I end the live. I enjoyed all of you. Please be safe. Big Al and I are going to get to work now on another video. And just be looking for us. We can go live at any time. Yeah. And thanks a lot, James. The Lady Kara says, don't hide your light under the bush. That's right, Lady Kara. Lady Kara, you're absolutely right. Love you too, outdoorsman. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Michael. Much love to all of you. Sea Fryer. I'm going to end the live now, and I'm going to just continue. Ruby, I'll talk to you soon. I'm going to continue to respond to your comments. Thank you so much again for spending your very valuable time here at the Rollins Reviews YouTube channel.